Assalamualaikum everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Unfiltered. Today we're here with Jamal, Masani, myself, and Umama. And a lot of us on the team, we've graduated from college. We've moved on to like the next chapter of our lives. So I guess this episode is more of our conversation of like, what is life after? I'm not gonna say after college again.
Graduation.
As you guys can see, we moved to a different location.
Yeah,
We're back in a different spot. We're using
We're
these
getting-
stands now.
I'm getting comfortable. Taking it
So
back.
we're still like taking a moment to like get used to this new setup and get it going. So
Yeah.
this is life after college, right?
Yes.
And now it's
Graduation.
being
Post-grad, all
a
that.
young professional,
Yeah.
as they would say, right?
Or like adult life, as actually.
Was it Muppies? If you
I've
know, you
never
know.
heard of that.
Wait, what did you
don't
say?
know what Muppies are?
No.
It's like
No.
Muslim
Muppets?
urban
Muslim.
professional.
Yeah, it's
Wait,
like
what?
young professionals, but Muslims.
Yeah, it's like a whole
I've
group.
never heard of that before.
Hmm
Well,
What
'cause
does
you're
the
not a young
uppy stand
professional.
for?
I don't know what the end part of it stands for,
Urban
but yeah.
professionals in. Honestly.
But regardless-
y'all keep
regardless of the
talking
point.
trash.
Okay, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
Just-
We'll figure that out.
So we've done a lot of episodes on like college, on high school, elementary
Side
school,
hu-
growing
like
up.
hustling
Yeah.
and everything.
We're like we haven't talked about like where we're at
Yeah.
now. Like a lot of us,
Yeah.
on the team are like a little bit older. We
And to be
graduated
honest,
college.
like school takes up majority of your life, right? Like you literally start from like pre-K, or like some people even go to daycare and there's some sort of learning from that too. So you're literally a child, and then you go to school like until you're a young adult, until like 21, 22, or even like some people, they have changes in their career and they end up being in school longer, which is totally fine. But then when you go to school for the rest of your life, and it's just like, okay, now figure out your life.
Now what
you
do
know?
we do?
Especially when you're in school, you don't really get a chance to figure it out because you're like, okay, I'm trying to get the best grades. There's social events. I want to hang out with my friends. I want to have a social life. I want to go back home. Some people who even live outside of like their own home back, like their hometown, they have to come back, visit their family. There's not much time to like think about like professional stuff, rather those like networking events at school. But and then other than like those summertime internships where you work full time, I feel like that's the only time you really have like a idea on what it might be like, but it's still
Right.
not the same.
Yo, so a Muppy. I didn't hear most of what you said.
Okay.
But
Yes.
different problem, but a Muppy.
Mm-hmm.
In the 80s, they were called yuppies. So yuppie
Whoa.
was like a person who just graduated college. They were young, urban professional.
Young urban professional, right?
Exactly. So we just took the term yuppie, throw an M in there for Muslim, and now we're Muppies.
You just looked that up
It
or something?
worked.
Yeah, that's what I was focused on.
It worked.
Thanks.
But I'm sure you said something real good
yeah,
too. I'm
thanks.
sure you said something real good.
Thanks for adding to the conversation, Masani.
Yeah.
I appreciate it.
Bro, now the more you know.
The
What's it
more
called?
you
I feel
know.
like I feel like the biggest thing during college is that you get to see like the same people every single day because you're
Mhm.
forced to be on campus together at the same time,
Yeah.
take certain classes, be in certain organizations.
Yeah.
The moment you're done, you probably aren't going to see 80% of the
I
people that
know.
you always
Yeah.
saw.
Yeah.
And like, I feel like the first phase, I don't know if you guys had this. It was like a mini depression, like friend
Yeah.
circle wise, because you don't like
Yeah.
you have to like readjust like where you
Mhm.
are,
Yeah.
more like your company
like,
or with what you do, etc.
So for all of you guys, like, what's your current stance? Like, how long has it been since you graduated for each one of you guys?
It's been
Well, you went to grad school.
Yeah.
So.
well, 5 months.
Okay, yeah.
since I
So
graduated.
he like
Yeah.
graduated undergrad and then went straight to more
But I feel like
school.
it's been so. I get for a lot of us, it's been almost 2 years because of COVID.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You know what I
that's
mean?
true,
Like
yeah.
even though we were in school, we weren't
Mhm.
really like
Yeah.
Oh, in school, 'cause
right?
it's all
So it's
online,
been
yeah,
it's
yeah.
been a little bit different.
Yeah. And then Masani, you.
Like a year and like 6 months.
It's been like a month because I just graduated.
For me,
Congrats, man.
Yeah, what the
Thanks,
fuck?
guys.
You said drop that in there.
Yeah. What
Guys,
the
I've been
heck?
taking online. Okay,
To be
we'll get into
honest-
that. We'll
to
get
be
into that
honest,
after.
I
But
wasn't sure if you were going to college or if you dropped out, so I didn't want
Oh.
to say anything. Wasn't too sure what's going on there.
okay.
I mean,
Congrats,
honestly,
you're
like,
done.
no one talks
Thanks.
about school that much,
Yeah,
especially in COVID
we'll get into
too.
that. But like, yeah,
Yeah, like it's like, oh, I'm going to my room for a class. Like it's not like you're gonna.
it
do
didn't.
that.
Yeah, it
But
was really.
congratulations.
Thank you.
Huge accomplishment, especially during COVID. It's kind of sad.
It is sad.
But for
whatever.
me, it's been 6 months. But right when I graduated college, I went to Hawaii in the middle of my finals. So it didn't really feel like I was even like, in school or like I graduated.
What
Proud
kind
of
of
you.
finals were these, bro?
proud of
They
you.
were, bro, I stopped caring, okay? Like I stopped caring. I got a,
Senioritis?
no, I got a job offer. That's all I wanted, okay?
Niggas
And
wanna
then
graduate.
my brother-in-law, he got married to my sister, and then I had that. So it didn't feel like, it didn't hit me right away that I was, like fully done with school. And then once like that wedding, like high went down, I'm just like, oh God,
That's when
like,
it hit
I'm
you?
starting work like in like 2 weeks. So it was just like a really big shocker. And I'm like, oh my God, this is gonna be the rest of my life. It wasn't the best, unfortunately.
It's okay. It'll get better.
Dude,
You
that's
got
kind of
this.
like that's the depressing thought though, right? It's like that's what you got to look forward to
I
for the rest of
know.
your life.
Yeah.
I guess like now we could just like, what are you guys doing right now? So like, what is your post grad life right now?
So I work 9 to 5 at a tech company, and
Mhm.
it's all work from home right now.
Yeah.
So I think a lot of us are work from home.
Yeah.
Some of us aren't, but yeah, that's what I'm doing.
That's what I'm doing too.
There you go.
That's what you're doing too.
Yeah, we're like 3 of us. Like we're working from home.
You know who I envy, bro? Nazish, bro.
I am
She's got
a
her own
stay-at-home
side
daughter.
business.
I know.
She's
Mashallah,
out and
tabarakallah.
about, mashallah,
Yeah.
mashallah,
Yeah, you're
mashallah.
doing your own hours.
Doing,
You're
yeah, doing your
boss.
own thing.
Yeah.
That's it. You're your
That's
own
the
boss.
goal.
You're your
for
own, that's
me.
the biggest
Yeah.
thing.
Because
You're in
there's
control
some
of
people,
everything.
there's some people like I've seen this on like Twitter, every like social media platform where they have this debate where they're just like, oh no, 9 to 5s are good because you know it gives you like security, structure. It gives you a lot of benefits that you couldn't get
To an
yourself.
extent.
Yeah, to an extent. So that's where
Yeah.
the argument is. And then there's also like that. Okay, being your own boss, you get to choose your own hours, not working under anyone. But even though, like I've been working full time for 6 months now. Even to this day, I know for a fact I don't want to do a 9 to 5 for the rest of my life. It's just, and if you think about it, like if you put numbers into it, you have 5 days out of this like 7 days that we get where you're working, and you just have those 2. Even after work, I don't feel like doing anything. Like I just don't want to do anything. Like I'm already exhausted. I just want to like sit in my bed, watch Netflix, whatever, right? And some people are like out and about, like good for them. I still have to like figure that out for myself. But yeah, you just have those 2 days where you're just not thinking about work. And then sometimes even like Sunday night at like 9 p.m. I'm like, ugh, I have work tomorrow. So you're always like constant. It's always in the back of your mind, which sucks. But it's also about mindset too and how you go about it.
Weren't we the same way about school though?
Yeah.
That's true. Yeah.
Especially high school. I feel like 'cause
yeah.
high school's like the same
Yeah.
structure, right? Like,
But
it's
then
nine to
also the
nine.
thing is like with high school, it's just like, oh my god, I'm gonna see my friends. Oh, there's like
It wasn't as serious.
Yeah, and the thing is like it's not
Right.
like I had a boss that's like, oh, you have to show up. Like I had a lot of absences in high school. Okay, like I can't do that with work. I get like 20 days of PTO and
That's
like
solid.
even no, it's not.
That's
no, it's not.
solid. That's a
Guys,
month out of the year.
no,
pretty
when
much.
you, no, yeah,
you
but
throw in-
You
throw
got
in the
better than a
holidays.
lot of
No,
it,
that's
bro.
true,
Throw in the
alhamdulillah, but
holidays,
if you
it's like
think
All the
about
rest
it-
of the days,
5
you're
days.
chilling.
No, when I
But mental health,
graduated-
wellness, like, oh, you're done.
No, but like when I graduated, I was like, oh my god, I don't get summer break. Like that was like I was so sad
Yeah.
about
Yeah.
it. I was like, I always forget that you won't have summer break. And then I see my sisters having the time of their life, and they're like, Mama, let's go. And I was like, I'm literally on my laptop, like literally taking my life out of it into it, and just like you guys are doing whatever you want. But that was the worst. I'm looking at it more in negative aspect because I hate
You
it.
really
so much.
are, yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
I literally hate it,
I'm
guys.
just-
Yeah.
I think you've always.
Didn't you like
it hasn't
just
been a-
switch
I've always
stuff up
hated
though?
it,
Like,
though.
isn't it better now?
Yeah. So like I hated my job at first. Like I hated it, but like
God.
knowing that my end goal
Nobody
is
from
like,
Deloitte sees this.
yeah, oh yeah.
Just take back your statement.
Yeah.
You
Back
said
your
the
statement.
company name. I didn't even tell everyone where I work. That's on you.
First off, I'm gonna go to LinkedIn. I'm gonna search Umama, and it's gonna be the first post.
Okay.
There's 4 paragraphs.
It was like
It's
3.
tagged.
Okay. I love Deloitte. But
This does not represent me or my employer
Yeah,
in any way. You gotta
exactly.
say the whole statement.
No, I mean, I feel like everyone, like, once they start work, like, it's like you either like it or you hate it or you're trying to figure it out. For me, I didn't have the best team, but now, thankfully, I do. But the one thing, like, when you know your goal is to not work a 9 to 5 and you want to be your own boss and you want to, like, have a bunch of, like, passive incomes and stuff like that, it's like you have to focus on so many things at once. Your social life, your health, your mental being, your side hustles. Like, and I like doing, like, random things. Like, I've random hobbies that I enjoy. Like there's not enough time in a day to do all of that, or even in a week, and majority of it's taken by work. But yeah, so that's my view on it. I'm trying to be more optimistic, and hopefully after this
That's
conversation
okay.
I am.
You do you.
Yeah.
Okay.
I feel like Musani's gonna be an optimist.
About work?
Yeah.
Why?
I feel like you like enjoy like maybe not your current role, but like I guess like what work could bring to you. Like you're going towards a law track. Like like the job that you're going for is still also an hourly job. It's still also you're probably working under someone or a firm or something like that, right? Like no.
I'm trying to think here. Wow. I don't know. I don't know if it's an optimistic thing, right? Like my thing is always like, I just like not knowing what's next.
You like not knowing?
Yeah.
Or throwing yourself in
Yeah, yeah,
situations
yeah.
where you're like, who
I would
knows?
rather be in
Yeah.
a situation where it's like I have no idea what's coming because it's just
Mhm.
like it's a little more exciting.
Yeah.
So that's why I also don't
do that.
mind. You know, I have no problem with my current job now because I like who I work with.
Mhm.
Like I feel like I've never had a problem like your thing with your team. I've never had that
It was
problem. Like
bad.
my coworkers and me, like we're tight.
Mhm.
We struggling together.
Yeah.
I feel like that makes everything so much easier.
Mhm.
So I mean, I'm probably optimistic because like, what am I gonna get from being pessimistic, right? But I
Yeah.
feel like being post grad and having a life post grad, your biggest question comes down to like, okay, what's next? Because if you think about it, right, elementary school, high school,
Yeah.
college, work.
Yeah.
What's after work? Retirement, and that's like 45
Mhm.
years down the line. So you need something to occupy you.
And especially like right like that moment when you graduate and you start your full-time job, there's like so much left of your life. You're gonna get married, you're gonna have kids,
well,
or even if you don't get married or have kids, there's other
Different
like
milestones.
different milestones that come through that you can't really like plan for. Like it just happens like
it's-
spontaneously and everything.
Because you're only 20, right?
Mhm.
And you just signed up because the only way that you know to be successful is to work the next 45
Yeah.
years of your life.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's what everyone hates. You don't hate
Mm.
working.
Yeah.
You hate that it's gonna take so long for you to
Mhm.
finally enjoy the benefits of
Yeah.
it. All right, like I don't think you hate
Well-
your job. I think you hate the fact that you have to do it for 40 years to get where you want.
That's
But
not true.
that's not true,
I don't
yeah.
think that's
I
true.
feel like
If you're
now-
smart.
Yeah, now the
Oh, okay, even if
conversation
you're
for work
smart,
has
it's still
changed.
bad. Yeah. And I
Like
think that's
definitely
good. I
like
think
the
that's good for a
ideal
lot of people,
the
but
ideal like idea of success and like you know like you said like oh I have to
Okay,
work for the next 40 years of
yeah,
my
okay.
I'm getting comfortable. Let's do this. All right.
like saying like thinking like oh I need to work for the next 40 years of life. Every time I'm talking to someone on TikTok or Twitter or whatever, there's always like oh my god, have you tried this passive income, like the side income ways
Don't
to make
get financial
money or-
advice from TikTok, please.
Yeah, I know, but like some of them are solid. Not gonna do
Kinda-
your own
kinda need
research
that one,
on
right?
it. Do your own research on it, but there's always ways where like people are like, okay, like I don't want to do this for the rest of my life. Like, what other ways are there to make money? And it's just like that idea of financial freedom that everyone's striving to get. And the thing is, like for me, like this 9 to 5 is just like a stepping stone for me. It's something that I can, you know, invest into like my other things that I'm into or like other things that I want to invest into or like something that can be like long term for me where I'm like, okay, I want to do this.
Because there's more to look forward
Yeah,
to.
exactly.
I feel like this convo might
Oh, okay.
go
Let
somewhere else, right?
Yeah.
But
before.
it does,
Okay, no. Mama talked. You talk. I think now just should
damn,
talk now.
he just cut me off. So you can
Yeah, I
say
have
words.
to. I have to.
Yeah, obviously.
Everyone needs to give their 2 cents.
I think for me at least, well, going into this, like going into post grad life, I didn't think that I would end up choosing not to work because I don't know. I feel like it's, I know technically, but not really.
But you don't
You
work
know,
like
like
a
a 9 to
structured
5.
9
Yeah.
to 5.
Yeah.
Let's say that you actually
But-
You do work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know what.
Yeah.
I don't work.
Don't downplay it.
No, I mean, yeah, it is work, but it isn't like everyday 9 to 5, like always putting in your hours
Yeah.
and everything. It is different for sure, but it just wouldn't be your traditional route. And I know that a lot of people wouldn't prefer that, but I guess I was just lucky that I did have the freedom to play
Yeah.
around with that.
Right.
Other than that, like I'm literally just a stay-at-home daughter. I'm doing like all my like. For me, my priority like going into post grad was, I see my parents and I'm like, you know, like they need a break. They shouldn't be taking care of the house. They shouldn't be running around doing this and that. Like it's my time now to take over their role. That's what I need to do, and I think that mindset just came like the last 2 years of college. That's what I started thinking, but I'm glad that I was able to find a little side thing to keep myself occupied because, like you said, everyone just wants like just a way to
Financial,
financial,
become
yeah.
financial free. Yeah.
just anything here and there, whatever it is. But I do consider myself lucky that I did have that freedom because not a lot of people do.
That's true.
I agree. I think by working a 9 to 5 or working a structured job, you have to give up a lot of things that you
Yeah,
probably don't have to.
exactly.
That you could focus on different like physical health,
Yeah.
mental health,
You
friendships,
can even have to
relationships.
work out at,
Family.
like 11 p.m. 11 a.m.
Right.
Like when the gym is
There's a
empty.
reason why it's empty at that time.
Yeah.
I always used to wonder when I was
Yeah.
in school, like, it's the perfect time to go to the gym.
Yeah.
Now I know
Like
why.
more people
Yeah,
should be
right.
here. Why
Because
aren't
then
they?
yeah.
You know?
Exactly. I feel like when we dedicate 8 or 9 hours of our day at least, right, every single
Yeah.
day to a computer screen or to like an office or whatever that is, right, you only have so like you said, like we don't have enough time to balance, juggle everything else.
Yeah.
You're probably not
Yeah.
taking on as much as you took on in undergrad or grad school,
Whatever it
yeah,
is.
whatever it is. You probably not have the same amount of relationships. Probably a smaller circle for a good or bad reason. It
Yeah.
could be a good thing or a bad thing, right? I feel like all those things have changed. But like if you think about it, right? You said like 9 to 5 short term for you, right?
Yeah.
Like your perspective on it is like this is just something that's gonna be temporary,
Mhm.
build up some finances,
Yeah.
and then I'm gonna dump it into other stuff,
Yeah.
and then I'm gonna be chilling, right?
Yeah.
I kind of enjoy what I do.
Yeah.
It kind of sounds cliche,
You
right?
said that and you were like, no.
Yeah, I thought
no.
you were. I thought
y'all saw
like
him
your
say no,
reaction.
right?
Your reaction gave me like that you didn't like your job.
I actually really enjoy my job.
You do.
The thing,
That's
okay,
good,
so
Olavoa.
the thing is, your goal, your guys' goals might be a little bit different.
Mhm.
Mine is to reach like a I actually like enjoy the career I'm in, right?
Mhm.
So I get like I'm like aspiring to get to like a certain level
Do
in that
Yeah,
career.
something
like
with it, yeah.
executive
And it-
level or something like that.
Not even
or like some sort of
titles are
above-
one thing. It's
yeah.
more about
Do
like what I
something.
do in my
Yeah,
role.
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
like once you get to a certain point of like experience or etc. Or you work with certain people, you get to do really really cool and fun stuff, right?
Yeah,
like that's like
definitely.
really interesting to me.
Yeah.
Like how one of your hobbies might be really interesting to you,
Mhm.
like
Yeah.
the same way, right? So that's kind of like how I look at it.
Yeah.
And then on the side, you also earn some cash, which is like, oh, that's cool.
Because
right?
it's your passion.
Well,
Well, not but like sort of like you put your
right.
passion into
I,
it, right?
I don't know if it's a passion. I just enjoy it.
Yeah.
It's something I enjoy
I'm
doing.
missing all the words.
And it's not I don't mind doing it. It's actually
Shut
like
up,
I
Masani.
enjoy it. But I don't know if you guys feel the same way or not.
Yeah.
Because I feel like a lot of your work, Mama, is like busy work, is it not?
So right now it is because the thing is like I'm an analyst
Right.
and like in the top 4 like as an analyst as a newcomer like you're gonna do a lot of busy work, but the thing is like I work alongside consultants, I work alongside senior consultants, and I like the work that they do. It's just like for me the reason why I'm being pessimistic, you guys all know like I didn't have the best experience, but now like I'm being a little bit more like I enjoy it a lot more now. But at the end of the day, the reason why I'm still like okay, like I don't want to do this for the rest of my life because like alhamdulillah, mashallah, like my dad's a successful businessman and like I've seen like the things
So you have
that
like
he's-
role models in your
yeah,
life that
like
have done
I've
it.
seen like
Yeah.
what like amazing things he's done. Like sometimes like he'll like in the middle of like a year he'll be like, guys, let's go on a trip, and like you know what I mean, like we'll go on like a long trip.
Just having
and,
that
like,
flexibility.
yeah, just the
whenever.
flexibility and like I like. I've seen like women accomplish great things, like build their own empire, and like I want to do that. Like I like props to like people that want to work a 9 to 5. Like that's what they feel empowered by. But I personally wouldn't feel empowered. I want to like own an empire. I want to do a bunch of different things.
Amin Dental,
yeah,
NPA.
yeah. But like I have such different hobbies. Like I like everything and everything. When I was like deciding what to do as a major, I was just like, wait, I want to do this. I want to do that. Believe it or not, I started off pre-dental too. Like I was like all over the place, and then I was just like, okay, I'll choose finance because it's such like good background information to know, and it's not gonna hurt you to like study this.
So
And
there was nothing in school that you were like passionate about.
yeah, there was
Is it-
nothing, and
there
also
was stuff that you didn't mind.
yeah,
but it
like
wasn't anything
I
you were
was.
passionate about. I think that's where the difference
yeah,
is,
like
right?
my dream job would be to be a creative director at a high fashion and brand. But the thing is, one, getting it like moving out of like my house to go to NYU or like a fashion institute, like that's like for my parents, like it's a no-go,
Right.
So I was just like, okay, I can't do that. And then another thing, to get into the fashion, I've like thought about it so many different times, but then I'm like, inshallah, like I'll just figure it out on the way. But I don't hate my job where I'm like, oh my god, I have to wake up every day. In the beginning
Yeah.
I did, but like it's just like I'm all over the place in a sense, but
Like, you don't mind it.
I'm slowly
Like,
figuring it out.
it
Yeah,
is
like
what
I
it
don't
is.
So
mind
what
it.
made you get to the point where you're like, I don't hate it anymore? Was it the team
The
thing?
team,
That
yeah,
was
that's
it?
literally the
Oh.
team, yeah. Like, and right now it is kind of busy work, but that's because you're an analyst, and then like
Right.
you have those like levels, and then when I become a consultant, I'll do more like client-facing work, which I enjoy. Like I like talking to people, I like helping people out directly rather than doing like the back end
But
stuff.
it takes
But
like a certain number
yeah,
of years
like
to
you
get
have
there.
to
That's
do
like the normal business.
yeah, you
track,
have to do
right?
the dirty work before you do like the
Right.
glamorous work, But
Right.
Work
that's
your way
Makes
up.
sense.
yeah, that's my
Makes sense.
outlook on it.
All right, do your thing. You said you were holding something back.
I wasn't. I actually like we sidetracked so far from that convo that I was just like, let it die now.
No, go for
No,
it. Bring it
I was,
back.
I was gonna ask you something else though. Like on that note, like we were just talking about the gym, right? Is there anything that you feel like you had to give up post grad? Like I feel like
The gym.
just the gym, straight up.
Well, I thought the
No, I
first
mean,
thing
like-
came to mind.
Okay, I used to like religiously go every morning. It used to be
Yeah.
my thing, right? And I just get too tired now, dude. Like I'll go like 2 or 3 times a week, but that's it. I can't do more than
Yeah.
that. Unless I'm playing like basketball or football or something. Like and it sucks, right? Cuz I wish I could. But like, again, work takes up so much of your day. And then like especially the work from home looking at a screen all day is like it makes you mentally
It's
exhausted.
exhausting.
At least like when you're physical in person, you're walking around
Yeah.
talking to people, you might have more energy after
You
work.
can go into someone's office rather
Exactly.
than pinging them.
Exactly. So
Yeah.
I think that also the aspect of looking at a screen makes you like deprived of energy.
Yeah.
There's that. I mean, obviously not as many social interactions and going out, right? I feel like that's all a given.
Because
But
I
then
feel like
like,
everyone gets it over, like,
Right.
we're all growing up at the same time.
but
we
then
all
at the
get it.
same
But that's
time,
what I was gonna say. 'Cause
Yeah, go ahead.
I feel like had we all graduated 2 years earlier, I don't know if you'd have that negative of a view on your life, right? I feel like post grad life right now is only so different because of what we're sitting through.
because
Yeah.
of COVID,
That's,
because
yeah,
of work from home.
that's
yeah.
sane for a lot of things,
Yeah.
but like, dude, at the end of the day, as humans, and especially like, I feel like the 4 of us are very social people. To sit there in front of a computer screen all day and
Yeah.
like talk to yourself,
I
like
can't
it's
even
just
imagine.
exhausting. I feel like that's why
Yeah.
you're so negative on like graduating. That's why you're so
Yeah.
negative.
I
on a
literally
lot of
get up in the
things.
middle of the day, go downstairs, say hi to my sister, and go back up. I'm like, okay, got my
You just need
socialness for the day.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, it sucks.
The cool thing is me and my dad both work from home.
Mhm.
So like everyone else is out. So like my brothers are all at school, my mom's working, right? She works at a school too. And then this is me and my dad at home, and he has his office over here. I'm in my room. We'll like randomly coordinate like random times that we're like not in meetings. We'll meet up in like the kitchen. And,
Yeah.
like, it's like, oh
Like,
my
hey,
God,
hey,
it's
hey.
you. Like, you
How's
know,
the birthday going?
you know, like that Spider-Man meme, like you.
Yeah.
It's like that. Like, oh my God, we're actually both free. I don't know. It's cool. I mean, I think also when you get to like after you graduate and stuff, and you start learning more about like finances and
Yeah.
like structure and how like jobs work and
Yeah.
401ks. You feel like you could relate a lot. Insurance.
Oh God,
I feel like
hate insurance.
I hate insurance.
I feel like you could relate a lot more to people
yeah,
that are like
that's
currently
true.
doing it. I feel like when you're in college, like you see people working like, oh, I want to, like, 'cause the thing is like when you're in college, you're broke,
Yeah.
right? And then when you're working, you don't have time to use the money that you're making.
Yeah.
So it's like it's like a cycle, right? So
Yeah.
now you could actually relate and be like, okay, we're in that situation. Yeah, it's interesting.
I mean, I don't know. I was gonna say like I think when this is all over, it's gonna get like tremendously better. First of all,
Mhm.
but I just I don't know. But that's why I guess I could see why you felt like I'd be really optimistic about it. I also feel like part of it is if you weren't working a 9 to 5 and you had all the time to do stuff, like what are you doing in your day to day to keep yourself busy outside of like obviously right your side business keeps you busy,
Yeah.
but like what are you filling like the other gaps
No,
with?
but like
'Cause I feel
I
like that's the hardest part. Like your 9 to 5 is done. Like what are you filling your gaps with?
Yeah.
Because in school you had structure, you had your friends or your hobbies, or if you're playing like
Like
intramurals.
clubs or
yeah,
something like
The
that.
commute.
Like, yeah.
Takes a lot of time too. Like
I don't
that's
miss the commute.
No, I'm saying like that takes up time for you.
It
like
does.
that just
It
fills
does.
in the
But
gaps.
that I'm
oh
glad
yeah, no
I'll fill
one
that
misses
gap with
that.
something
Yeah.
else. So like, what are you doing to fill gaps?
So like I said, I kind of just I've been getting into that role where I take over for my parents, at least my mom. You know, everything that she would do in the house because my mom is just a housewife.
24-hour
She's a
job.
caretaker,
Yeah,
yeah. Like
it
she
is,
doesn't
yeah.
ever get a break. So I've been kind of just pushing myself to take over those roles for her instead of her doing everything. So like she would get up early, make breakfast for everybody, clean,
Yeah.
do this and that, whatever. And I know that's not really
It's a lot.
No,
It's-
that is a lot.
lot.
It's a
Like,
lot,
you
but
know, that's a
I know
lot.
it's not like the traditional route that people our age would really want to go into. But
Traditional isn't like American. but,
Yeah.
like, it's
Yeah.
not
I mean
like-
this Western, you know,
Exactly,
idea of
yeah.
it. But I just felt like I looked at it and I was like, okay, this is what will benefit
Yeah.
me and my family more than me going out and getting a job.
Yeah.
Like I feel like this is what I need to do. So that's what I've been doing. It's honestly I don't know what I would say is harder because this is hard. Like trying to
No, it
just
definitely is.
like hold
And
myself to that
don't
level.
forget, you're doing.
I would rather work than do
yeah,
that.
Yeah.
Like you're doing a whole side business on like by
Yeah.
yourself too. Like even for me, like I used to do a lot of things for my parents. Like my dad, like there was some issue in his house, like oh mama. I was literally in like across like 500, 400 miles. He's like, oh mama, can you pay this bill? Can you do this and that? Like, and the thing is like now that I'm working, like I genuinely feel bad because like you know sometimes my dad needs me urgently. I'm like, oh, like I'm in a call. I'm in a meeting, and then sometimes like my mom, like I feel so bad. There's like a bunch of like dishes downstairs, and then like all my sisters are gone, you know, and I'm not the only one at home, and I can't do much about it. So it's just like it takes up a lot of time and a lot of work.
But then you were like, I'd rather do that, right? You just said that.
I would rather work than be at home. I
Yeah.
can't do it. I can't.
Yeah.
I
I
can't.
can't
I
do
just
it.
can't do it.
Yeah.
No.
Like not like staying at home doing all of that. Like,
Like-
it just wouldn't be.
I don't know, dude. The thing is with me, I need to have some kind of distraction or something to get out.
yeah.
Like I just can't. I like power to you to be able to do that, right? Like I cannot be. I just can't do it.
No, it's hard. You guys
Yeah.
haven't even. Oh my god,
Like,
it's
you-
so
like-
hard
like-
getting into that. You have
yeah.
no idea
I
how much
know.
like
Like
I've gotten angry at
props for being
myself,
able to
Yeah.
do that, dude.
at everyone
Yeah.
else, at everything happening. Like I was like, why
And
can't I just do
also
it right?
the thing is like then your family, like I'm not saying like they'll start relying on you, but like that's your role now, you know. And like one day you might miss
Yeah.
something, you're like, oh my god, I feel
And
bad, like,
everyone
I-
has their own thing going on,
Exactly.
and you got to keep track of every
Yeah.
single
Yeah,
person.
like the rest of my both of my
Yeah.
siblings,
Yeah.
they both work, and I like
Yeah.
I'm glad they both chose that. Even my
Yeah.
little sister, but
Yeah.
I think it was just for me like that's what I felt like I needed to do.
Yeah,
Right.
no, that's true.
Yeah.
One thing that I wanted to ask you guys, I think Musani mentioned this, but like, but I think we steered away from it. It was like, what do you miss the most about like college life? Like for me, it was like the social
Ignorance.
aspect. Like,
What did you say?
what'd you say?
Ignorance.
Ignorance, being naive
No-
of the world.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not knowing.
100%.
Yeah.
Not knowing all this adult stuff you
Yeah.
have to do
Yeah, I
and
know.
stuff you got to take care of and random bills.
For
and-
me, it was the like you know how we'd always have like those random like PSA, MSA, Umrah
Yeah,
events and all that. Like
exactly.
I genuinely love meeting new people, like people that are like similar to me, like Muslims, Desis, or like people that like you know have the same like major as me or something like that, or like we have like a club that we have an interested hobby in. I just loved meeting new people, and then even like at work, yeah, we have networking events, but it's just like, oh, so how do you like it? It's just like
It's
the
more like-
same
it's not the same-
conversation over and over, and there's always like
Hey,
a
I'm
fun-
a mama.
They're not.
Okay, I
like,
don't talk like that, but go off.
and
But
they're not
I
like
don't
your
get that
friends.
light.
You know, like they don't
yeah,
get it the way
they're
like,
not your friends. And I'm
Yeah.
like, sometimes like I'm like talking to my coworker. I just started working with her, and I'm like, wait, she's actually really cool. But then like it's like, how do you like make this into a friendship? It's just like it's like how do you do it? Because like
you're
some
friends
people,
with your coworkers.
yeah, some people are
Yeah.
like, oh yeah, like no,
your friends
work is
outside of
work.
work.
Dang, how you do
that's
that?
dope.
I've
Yeah.
done
That's
that
really
at
cool.
every job I've had.
Yeah?
But I feel like
That's
I'm
really
just,
good.
That's good. Yeah.
I'm just nice. I don't know.
I'm nice
Oh.
too. No, but like no, cause like also like Deloitte, like people are like always so stressed out too.
Yeah.
So they're just like, okay, like I don't have time to like I feel like sometimes I do that too. It's just like, oh my god, like I just need to ask you this question. Like okay, let's end the call. Like sometimes people are very cold, especially in like the top floor. Like a lot of people are like
My
that.
question is ping them, bro. You don't gotta make a whole call.
No, they want me to
Calling
call.
is so much
They
easier,
literally,
yeah.
they literally want me to call. They're like, oh, just call me instead. Do you know what I
really?
mean? Yeah.
Because otherwise,
That
I
is
gotta
so
sit there
annoying.
and type up an answer.
Yeah,
to
and be
you,
like-
and then you're gonna have a follow up because you didn't understand what I said. So I'm gonna type
Yeah.
up another. Like, just,
Yeah,
just,
this
call
is so different.
me. Just call me.
Yeah, but that's what I miss about it.
I don't know about you guys, but I miss like sleeping peacefully.
Yeah.
Like I feel
You
like
used to
in,
sleep. I feel like I got.
You can't
weak.
sleep peacefully anymore? Wait, what happened? Is
Bro.
everything good, bro?
I just feel like in college.
I know
it
you're
was-
old. You're not that old. Come on. You don't got wife,
You're like
kids,
that
mortgage.
old.
Man, act like you got a mortgage, wife,
Oh,
kids,
no.
everything. Like
Gotta
paying
be
for
the one- I gotta be
paying
the-
for his
Alright,
kids'
keep
colleges.
going.
What else you got? Grandkids you gotta
Yeah,
cover.
you got one more year.
Can't
You got
sleep
one more-
peacefully.
you got one more year.
What are you, 24, 23?
Think about
Oh,
your
no,
retirement
like-
plan.
So I feel like in college it was super easy. Like test the next morning, whatever, it'll be fine. Homework due in 2 weeks, project. I say cool, doesn't matter, right? But when you get to work and you've got like, especially like in tech and business, like you have deadlines, and if you aren't meeting those
I
deadlines,
feel the
you have
complete
to
opposite,
meet,
dude.
you have to meet those deadlines.
Mhm.
So I'll be like, damn, it's 6:30. I really want to log off and go do something in my life, but I got a 9 a.m. deadline this morning. I gotta get this done, and I'm like, shut.
Is that procrastinating or?
No,
you
bro.
just-
At times you just get
No,
so much
yeah,
to
you
do
do.
that
Really?
you're like,
Yeah.
shit.
Or
I
like
didn't get
the
to
thing
this.
is like something happens
Like-
that you didn't expect and it takes a lot longer.
You guys all
and-
use Outlook, right?
Yeah.
We're
mhm.
switching
Bro,
Outlook
the amount
actually.
Of, the amount of red things that I've tasked, and then I'm like, all right, let me go through this. I'm like, oh shit, like she sent this to me last week. Damn, I gotta get to this now.
Yeah.
And then you're just like, oh, damn. Because in
Yeah.
college, bro, like, what?
I feel the complete opposite
Professor
way.
Smith gave you 2 papers that are due at the
Yeah.
end of the quarter. Like, you'll be fine.
Or it's like
you'll
yeah,
get
and
there.
it's just like sometimes you send like a sad email to a professor like, okay, I'll give you an
Oh,
extension. You
yeah,
can't do that
dude.
in corporate America. They're
Yeah.
like, okay, get over it. Like where is
yeah,
it?
it's like, all right, bro. Like when I COVID, and I was working. I was like, oh, I'm dying here. I'm like, I'm gonna get this out though. I'm gonna get this out. Like,
Oh, let me tell you my
sometimes I'm
story.
just trying to
Terrible. Oh my
chill.
God.
Let me tell you my story. I had the flu. Okay. And I emailed my coworker in the middle.
Oh,
I was literally,
yeah.
I was like, and I don't get sick, alhamdulillah. And I was just like, I couldn't do it. And I was like, hey, sorry, like I'll have to call off. And the audacity. Well, I'm not really happy to hear that. There's a lot of people that have to pick up your slack. And I was like, okay, like let me go to the doctor, tell you I have the flu, and literally like take a picture every 5 seconds to show you I'm like in bed and I can't do anything. Like in
I
school.
feel like you just had a really bad experience.
No,
I did,
bro,
I did,
feel
I
like
did.
You did, though,
sometimes,
she
like,
100%
just
did.
Yeah.
being an adult, like when you're younger, you don't have to do it. Being an adult, suck it up, deal
Yeah,
with it.
that's
Everybody's
true.
got the same problems.
Yeah.
If you can't suck it up and deal with it, you're not cut for this.
Yeah.
That's pretty
Yo,
much it.
honestly, dude, this is 100% a business thing.
Is it?
It's 100%.
It is,
a-
it is.
Bro.
Dude,
Because I
Everyone
feel
loves
you
like
know how much they
you're
care
so
about
happy
mental
talking to me
health,
about, talking to
wellness,
me
and
about my
tech?
mortgages and my
the
children and my
thing is, like,
grandchildren
the thing is,
and my
like-
509. Like, bro.
No, the
it's
thing
tough
is,
out
like,
here.
Deloitte, like, they do care for, like, mental health and stuff like that. Like, obviously, but the
I
thing
feel
is,
like
it's,
everybody
that
cares
they
about
do
mental
care.
health.
Yeah, they do.
It just doesn't work.
the
with
thing is, like, everyone is in their own world. They're like, I have so much going on. Like, I don't,
Like,
suck
work-wise
it
or-
up. Like, you know what I mean? Like, the individuals that work in those firms are the ones that really make it bad. Like, the company as a whole, like, you know, they give a lot of benefits and everything. So I get that. But I feel like it's the people that work at the company are the ones that are
Okay,
kind of
so I'm catching a trend here. I feel like it's the team that you're on, which makes or breaks your experience.
Exactly. Yeah.
If you have a
The
good, if you have a
people,
good set
yeah.
of colleagues
Yeah.
and a good team and a nice
Yeah.
manager and someone who you or like
Yeah.
somewhere where you feel like you're growing
Like,
and
you
everyone
won't be
respects
scared
you,
to ask them for,
then,
like,
then
oh,
you're
yeah, can I
fine.
take a
Regardless of what
extension or
company you're at,
something.
regardless of whatever,
Yeah.
it's about the people you surround
Yeah.
yourself
No,
with.
100%.
Which is
Then you
that
gotta-
that's how it is in school too.
That's
If
yeah.
you think about it, right?
That's true.
It's like
yeah,
the
but-
people you
'Cause,
choose.
like, you're,
But like, you know what it is in school? There's so many people like there's so many
Yeah.
people to pick from. At work, I've got like, you know, out of you 100, I have to like enough of you to make
Yeah.
it through my day.
Right.
Versus, you know,
But then you
But-
also can't pick your team at work. You know what I mean? Like, you can choose your friends at school.
You can pick your team.
I mean, if,
He's
for
like,
me,
I
I didn't
pick
pick
my
my
I
team.
don't pick my teams, but I, have a
I
lot of
didn't pick
different
my
teams.
team.
But I also don't mind my teams. You
No, I just got to pick a
Now I
team.
like my team, guys.
I can
Nazi,
pick my
yeah,
team.
Nazi has her own crew.
She has her
Yeah.
own crew.
My
She's like, I'm
sister.
the boss, guys. Do the stuff.
Yeah. No, I guess that I'm like feeling more now instead of the whole sleeping. Sleeping too though. Rather sleep.
Are you able
But
to
it's
sleep
like-
normally at night?
Yeah, I am.
I just feel like I'm
Nice for
tired.
you.
'Cause then you gotta wake
I
up the
actually-
next morning, bro.
so
Gotta
the
wake up next
sleep
morning. I'm
thing,
like, let's do this again.
I actually go to sleep way earlier and I wake up super early. I feel
That's a
like
good thing.
like in college I didn't get any sleep actually. Like I got no sleep. That's why I was like,
I
that's kind
just
of weird.
mean like, dude, like you work late and you wake up the next morning. I'm like, let me do this again. I'm like, I just want to go to bed, wake up next morning, not deal with this. But I feel like what? Now that I'm thinking about it, it's more like the
Environment.
being naive
yeah.
about it. Like
Oh,
in college, you can be
Yeah.
naive, you can be dumb and just get through it.
yeah.
Mhm.
And
You can
at
stay
work,
up late and be like, oh yeah, I'm
It
gonna come
wouldn't
at 9
matter
a.m.
as
to
much.
do it.
Yeah.
But your
Yeah,
9 a.m. meeting for work, you
exactly.
It's
actually
not
gotta be
the end of
attentive.
the world.
Yeah.
Like,
At work, there's like a limited amount of time you can be
Yeah.
dumb. For a
Mhm.
little bit, they'll be like, all right, you don't understand this, let me help you. But then eventually it's like, if I have to teach this to you one more damn time,
yeah.
I'm like, oh, damn it. That also does not reflect my employer. But,
Dude.
We'll put that in the fine description.
yeah, for
Both
real,
of you.
bro.
The
I
fine
love-
description, not the
I
fine
love-
print.
I love who I work with and what I do, and
I love it. No, I truly love it now, guys.
Yo,
believe
what's
me.
what's your one now that you've done it, now that you've been there, done that, what's your one takeaway, one piece of advice you give somebody else? Because there's a lot of people that are gonna graduate, and I feel like life slaps you. You do
Yeah.
not see it coming
Yeah.
because you think you're young forever, and somehow you age very quickly.
Yeah.
And I know there's probably some like 27-year-olds, some 34-year-olds, some 40-year-olds that are gonna look at us and be like, "What the hell are you saying?
Yeah.
Like you cannot be complaining already." So what's your one takeaway?
For me, it would be well, this might be specific towards me, but it's general advice to live in the moment, because sometimes like I would have deadlines and I'll be like, oh my god, I'm worrying about work, and then like even when I was out with my friends, like sometimes I would bring my work phone with me just so I know what's going on. Like that's so bad, guys. Like that's so bad. Like it's just like live in the moment, appreciate everything. Yeah, you get those 2 weekends, but literally do something. Sometimes I'll be like, I don't want to do anything, but go out. When are you gonna get this like time again? The next week. But yeah, that would be my biggest advice. Live in the moment. If you have to clock out at 5 o'clock, do it. Sometimes people don't have that choice, but yeah, I just don't touch my work phone. I just like forget about it and enjoy my life and live in the moment. Well, I'm trying to now.
I think the biggest takeaway for me would be you never really know what you're going to do. And I feel like we all experience that one time or another in our lives, whether that's like right after post-grad or, a couple of years down the line, whatever it may be. I think the important thing is to just remember that we're going to figure it out regardless of what it is. You have to start somewhere and then go from there. You'll like it or you'll hate it and you'll make changes that way, whatever, but you will ultimately figure it out.
You got your work life and your personal life, and keep them like that. Don't bring them together.
Yeah.
Isn't
And
that
it's
exactly
so-
what you?
No, dude, it's so
Wait,
easy.
hold
You guys are
hold
all
up, hold
friends.
up, hold up. It's
You-
so, no.
I know you're going with
They're my friends at work and
We
friends
can-
at home.
We can talk
I love
about that one
You
after.
literally said you guys
They're
were all
invited to my
friends.
wedding.
What I was saying was more so like, when you're starting off, you're trying to impress everybody. So
Yeah.
you're willing to take that extra mile.
Yeah.
You don't always got to take that extra mile. And
Yeah.
it sounds so obvious. You're like, I'm not going to work past 5. You're going to work past 5.
Yeah.
Make sure it's not
And
a
they're
hell
gonna
of a lot
expect
past.
that out of you.
Just make sure it's not a hell of a
That's
lot
true,
past
yeah.
5.
Don't work in business.
No,
No, I'm playing,
we
I'm
like
kidding,
it
I'm
here,
kidding,
bro.
Hey, guys.
What's it called?
us.
Yeah.
I like living the moment. It's a good one.
Mm-hmm.
I was gonna say, if you're gonna dedicate your life to working a certain number of hours a day doing something, at least make it something that you partially enjoy.
Mhm.
And I know like a lot of people don't like. Actually, like
I just felt the eyes. So I just.
no, I'm
You
just
keep
looking.
going.
I'm looking at everyone, bro. It's just. I feel like there's a lot of people that kind of just like clock in, clock out, get the paycheck, and they're just doing it for the paycheck.
It's like depressing for them.
right?
Yeah.
And the thing is, they have to because they're stuck in it because
Yeah.
they
You
leave.
gotta have something other than that cycle.
You gotta have some. Either it's a side hobby or
Yeah.
something else that's
And
like.
it might be
Something fun,
tough,
yeah.
but like you should take that extra hours after work
Yeah.
to do something, figure something out, because you'd rather like
Get
work
a side
those
hustle going that
extra
you
hours,
actually enjoy.
yeah, rather than live your life like that for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And become financially literate. Do it while
Yeah.
you're young.
Yeah.
Do it
When
while
you're
you're
young,
young.
yeah.
While you're
Yeah.
if you're 18 or older, become financially literate,
Yeah.
Definitely.
please.
That's good.
I wish I learned that. Yeah.
All right. Well, yeah, honestly, that was a long one, but it was a worthwhile convo.
Yeah.
So
How
if you
long
guys,
was it?
a
long
while.
was this?
But if y'all, if you guys
40?
made it this far,
Not bad.
appreciate it. Drop a comment. If you guys have advice, drop that.
Always.
Always want to listen to it. Oh, I didn't even realize the cat was there.
chilling.
But yeah,
Oh.
until next time, guys.